Welcome back to Retro Adventures. This is Paul, and today I am attending 3 dedication ceremonies at 3 different towns for the Rock Island Trail in Missouri. So come along with me.
Bruce gonna have to forget his trail.
Take a minute to acknowledge a few people. First, you see all these green shirts out here. This is a group called FORIT. It's Friends of the Rock Island Trail State Park, or for the Rock Island State Park, but they've been very instrumental in putting all of this together. Proud to be a Rock Island town. And now
the bike routes, such as, we're just every little thing. We have talked about redoing the Veterans Memorial. That is not just the city. This is the citizens of Gerald, Missouri coming together. And that's what we can do when we work together, is make things happen. So I want to just tell everybody thank you.
Commemoration of the first mile of the eastern section of the Rock Island Trail State Park. This is an original spike for the Rock Island Trail. Congratulations on this day and this event.
Thank you.
Now, 1, 2, 3. Okay, grab your hat and your bike and
local businesses on 3rd Street, right back here. If you go straight down, you can see the historic schoolhouse that is being refurbished, which we hope will soon become kind of a Gerald history museum.
Well, I didn't bring my bike today. I'm just walking part of the newly opened Rock Island Trail here in Gerald, Missouri. This section is 1 mile long, and a little later today they're going to dedicate the section in Owensville. So today I'm just a pedestrian. Eventually, the Rock Island Trail will run about 150 miles across Missouri. It is a state park, the 93rd state park in Missouri. It's going to take several years to develop. I just hope I'm well and able, once it is developed, to ride the 150 miles all the way from Beaufort, Missouri to Pleasant Hill. Last year I rode the 47 miles from Pleasant Hill to Windsor. You can look that up on my channel. That was quite an adventure. Here come some of the very first riders on the east section of the Rock Island Trail in Gerald, Missouri.
okay, that makes sense.
This looks like our very first runner on the trail. And this is the official end to this segment here in Gerald. It's another 15 miles to Owensville. And as you can see, that sign on the right says no trespassing right now. So not even hikers can go on the Rock Island Trail at present. How this works is each municipality puts in some money and time and effort to develop the trails in each community, and eventually there'll be many communities that will benefit from this trail.
Is this the end?
I might be the first official walker to go all the way down to the end and back, not counting that one jogger that you would have seen. And this is a very exciting day for the Rock Island Trail.
Have been on that board for some years with Chrissa and many others that care so much and have worked so hard for this to happen. This thought never crossed my mind that this might happen, sorry. I also have Kim's Cabins in Windsor. I'm at the crossroads of the Katy. I can do this by rote because I do it in my driveway at the cabins almost daily. I tell people about the Rock Island, and I've been doing that for some years. It's my 11th year at the cabins, of having the cabins, and it's so exciting for me because all of the towns down at this end and along the Rock Island from Windsor all the way east also have opportunities of small businesses and for their towns to grow and for people to come then to their towns for every other reason. Even once there's businesses there, then they come for every other reason, and they might be buying a business, they might be buying land to buy a house or to build a house. So all that is happening. We've seen that.
First thing I'd like to call attention to is the bald eagles flying above us. So I think they're happy to see the trail open as well. Before I get on the trail, those that don't know the history of Owensville, it was named after a horseshoe match, and we have a plaque up here that you can read. I won't read the whole thing, but you can read it yourself. And we were inspired by Belle and some other communities having the world's largest something. So under construction is the world's largest horseshoe, and we'll have everybody back for a dedication in a couple weeks.
Day. It's the first Saturday in a long time that it's actually been sunny, so a great day to celebrate. You know, the partnerships formed and the countless hours of time and talent and dedication to making the Rock Island Trail State Park, I mean, it's been invaluable. And since DNR accepted the corridor back in December of 21, we began holding public meetings with landowners, communities, all along the corridor. But you guys are a perfect example, along with Gerald, that community support is essential, especially when you take on a large-scale project like this. And we know grants are not easy, and you're right. You guys have done a great job. But what Owensville did is, I mean, you've stepped up to the plate. You applied for the grant, you received the grant, you've executed it well. And the Transportation Alternatives Program, or the TAP grant, is a great opportunity, but your efforts connect people in many meaningful ways.
This original spike from the Rock Island Trail to the city of Owensville. Set, 1, 2, 3, cut.
So that was the ribbon cutting ceremony here at Owensville. I'm walking on the section going east. There's 2.5 miles developed here. They encourage the walkers to go this way and the riders to go the other way so there wouldn't be congestion. Unlike Gerald, I'm not going to walk the entire developed trail here. It's 2.5 miles. But as you can see, it's very much like the Katy Trail as far as the surface goes. I was talking to a gentleman back in Gerald who owns some land along here, and he was fairly confident that it's going to take many, many years to develop the entire trail because of a little bit of resistance by some of the landowners, plus the fact that there are about, I believe, 3 tunnels, 2 very big bridges, and a 3rd bridge. So there's going to be some very challenging infrastructure. But once this is developed, it is going to be just a boost to these little towns, to the economy of Missouri. And like I said before, I just hope that I'm still willing and able-bodied once it is finished and I can ride the entire route like I've done the Katy Trail. This is the eastern terminus of the trail at Owensville. There's an old switch box right there. Once it is developed, we'll go east to the towns of Leslie and Gerald, where I was, and eventually to Beaufort. Right now, that is going to be considered the eastern terminus once it is completed. It was a little less than a mile walk from the trailhead where the ceremony was. And I wasn't going to walk the entire thing, but I got started and I decided to walk the whole in this way. The bikers are going the other way, so that's probably a little over 1.5 miles from the trailhead going the other way. And I believe it goes to the high school. So kids can ride their bikes to the high school if they want via the trail. As I stated back in Gerald, each town is developing as much of the trail as they can within their city limits. Owensville is one of the bigger towns on the Rock Island, so it has more area to cover. They also have a little bit more resources to build the trail. But really what they rely on are grants that they apply for. A gentleman at the ribbon cutting ceremony stated that they have gotten over $500,000 in grant money, and they're still applying for grants. So it takes a lot of money to develop these trails. Welcome to my 3rd and final stop today. We are in Belle, Missouri, home of the world's largest cowbell. Here's a real good example of what it takes to develop one of these rail trails. I'm here in Belle, Missouri, and you can see where the old track ran along here, the Rock Island track. And the first thing that had to be done, the state came in and took up all the track and all the ties. That was a monumental effort. You'd think, well, that was the main part of the work. Not quite. Next thing that will have to be done is to put down the crushed limestone like we have on the Katy Trail, and that's going to be a lot of work. Here we are looking back toward Belle, Missouri, and you can see they're getting ready for the dedication, actually a groundbreaking for this one.
A lot of people here, and this is great. I think we have more people here than we had in Owensville. Business would know what valve maps are, but they were created back in the historical days. So this goes to the city of Belle, a valve map from the 1900s.
Well, that concludes my three-town celebration and dedication of the Rock Island Trail on this day, May 31st, 2025. If you liked the video, give it a thumbs up, subscribe for more content of history, trails, and travel. Thank you for watching. Have a great retro adventure.